one of the things with LTRs that just about every guy gets wrong, and I'm giving this away for free, is the frame component of it. And like, our friend here that was in a 3-year LTR with the nurse, and they're traveling around, the traveling nurses sort of things. I know that some people have issues with nurses. I think the general consensus by men out there today is that there's certain professions where women are more promiscuous than others. And I think that nurses got caught up in that vortex. So generally speaking, I think most guys that have had any experience with nurses have found them to be incredibly promiscuous. They're also around very successful, wealthy doctors too a lot. Now, not all doctors are alpha males. A lot of them are goofs, but they do get a lot of exposure to a ton of different people, because of the work that they do. But frame is something that you can control from the get-go. So he ran into the problem where she loses the weight, and then she does, oh, I'm a diamond, so you have to shine on a diamond, and the light has to come on it. And the only way you can do that is if you have a public Instagram and take, provocative photographs. That's like at year 3. You get to that part at year 3. At year 1, when you start dating a chick, like as soon as a chick's like, hey, Rich, I dig your vibe. Where do we stand? We've been seeing each other for a while. I want to claim you. I don't want anybody else to have you. Can we be exclusive? Blah, blah, blah. As soon as you get to that point, that's when you start looking at her going, okay, she doesn't have any of my red flags, daddy issues. She's not a feminist. She's not unhappy or unlucky. She doesn't try to compete with me. She doesn't keep men around from her past. She's not poor with money. She's, she knows how to deal with money. She's not violent. She doesn't have extreme jealousy. She's not a party girl. She doesn't have tattoos or piercings. She doesn't have a big notch count. Not a single mom. She doesn't seek validation online. She's not a sugar baby. She's not a pathological liar. Doesn't have baby rabies. Doesn't throw hissy fits. I'm in full control of the birth control. She's not a drama queen, and she doesn't have an addictive personality. That's when I would be like, okay, she doesn't have any of those things, or maybe there's one thing there or two things there. That's when you bring it up and you're like, let's pick one here off the list. Number 13, seeking validation. I like you too, but I noticed that you have your Instagram public. And it looks like you're posting, relatively provocative photographs of yourself to the public. I like you too, but I don't date women that do that, right? Like I just can't take you seriously, right? I mean, what are you looking for here? Exactly. Like, is this like, what is the where do we stand talk? Like, what do you want this relationship that you're painting right now to look like? Because you can't have that conversation 3 years down the road like he tried to, where he was like, I don't really like these photographs. This isn't going to work out for me. And she's like, well, I'm a diamond in the rough. You have to shine on me. And I got to put my tits out there for everybody to see. You're kind of screwed at that point, right? So by the time you get to year 3 and you've gone through betaization, through a few concessions, by the time she's gotten away with a few things, or maybe piled on some more things, maybe year 1, she had no tattoos and piercings, but by year 3, she's got 5 of them or something like that. Maybe she's throwing hissy fits, and you're not setting those boundaries and stopping it from happening. That's what frame is. And that's not explained enough. And I'm going to explain it in in-depth detail in that course material when I put it out. But that's an incredibly important part of that entire equation. Mike's in the chat still. He says, it's my fault. And if I have a kind and submissive woman, it's my fault if I have a bossy and narcissistic woman. Absolutely right. I'm keeping myself busy and focused. I'm documenting this whole process on my newly created YouTube. Mike Tyson, I'm going to change it eventually to World is Yours. Thanks, Rich. Cheers, buddy. Thanks for the super chat. And yeah, let's see how it unfolds. Let me know how you make out. But yeah, it's at that start. It's at that beginning point where she's like, where do we stand? I want to claim you, that you're in the best position to say, cool, but I don't date girls that post provocative pictures on Instagram or have Snapchats, or, they hide their phone or they turn it down, or they're like, doing this sort of stuff when you're around. Like, there's any number of behaviors which it's not controlling. It's just setting healthy boundaries, right? Like, I don't park my McLaren next to a piece of shit rusted ass truck in a big parking lot when I can park it over there away from something that's going to hit it, right? It's just being in, and I lock it when I walk away from it. I don't leave it unlocked and throw the key on the seat. I lock it and I walk away from it. I park it in a responsible, well-lit area, especially if it's at nighttime, it's under light. And I look around, are there cameras, right? Like that's what you do. It's the same thing when you get into an LTR. You make sure that you take appropriate steps, especially if she's doing the where do we stand and I want to claim you, or if she's going hardcore on you and I want to be monogamous, I don't want anybody else to see you. Fine. Okay. If that's where you're at, but these things need to happen for this to work out. Because homie, don't play that game. You don't want to do that? Get the fuck out of here. Right? And you'll be in a good position to do that and not really care because you'll be spinning plates and you'll have options. Hey guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that short clip. If you did, consider supporting the creation of content by checking out my supplement line. Pinned in the top comment below of this video in the comments, there's a link to the unpluggedalpha.com/shop. When you click through, you'll be able to land over here, and the entire lineup is broken down by category that it performs best in: estrogen metabolism, fat burning, your foundational essentials for health, immune health, performance, and testosterone support. If you check out with coupon code ALPHA10, you'll get 10% off on your first order. There's also the option to use the subscribe and save model, where regular shipments will be sent over to you on a regular basis, and that gives you a little bit of a discount, and your supplement facts are always broken down over here. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have an awesome day. And again, check out that link. It's pinned in the top comment below in this video. Peace out.